Hey everybody, Brandon here, Mr. B's Fishing Things. What's been going on at our house lately is that we've been moving fish rooms around a little bit, moving fish tanks. The room that you normally see me sitting in, my fish room, wasn't really a planned thing by any means. It's a fish room that sort of happened. It started off with a 55-gallon tank in my office. We were lucky enough that I had an extra bedroom to be able to use as an office. Then it turned into a couple of tanks in that office. Next thing you know, tanks in the room, no office. So, now we need the bedroom for another purpose. My mom's moved in with us. We're happy about that, but she needs the space and the tanks need to move. So we've decided to move them into our basement and make a fish room. So this is a bunch of clips of how that has happened and what we've been up to. Hope you guys enjoy. It doesn't cover all of it and it's by no means done, but we got to start somewhere, don't we? All right. So I'm starting a video here today, guys, because today we decided to turn this area of my basement, which is kind of the main area in the middle, into our new fish room. It's currently a bit of a workout area for my son and a typical basement cluttering catch-all, right? So I thought let's start at the beginning, show what we got. All right. Let's see what happens. So painting has begun. We're making some progress down here. Some walls painted, paint the floor, done some repairs and so on. And this is the way the space is coming together so far. Okay, so we are a few days into here now. We've made some progress. Got a few more things done. Got some cabinets up. Some more painting done. So I've got our pathway on the floor here we haven't painted yet. We'll do that shortly now that the rest of it's dry enough to maneuver on. So this rack will be going down. This rack has a 55, 65, and 75 on it. This is a 6-foot aquarium. Just come around the room. That'll be going downstairs as well. Along with the 610s on the bottom. Come around this room again, you got another big tank. And that's going to be going downstairs. Plan's a pretty simple one. We're going to drain them, put the fish in buckets. I'm going to give them all a little scrape right before we go. I'm not going to disturb the filters, canister filters that are on each end here. I'm going to set those right back up on them as we move. Everybody goes right back in the tank that they're in. Everything gets set up exactly where it is, just in a different spot. Alright, let's see how it goes. So what we're really going to do is do a vacuuming. We'll scrape the glass a little bit, but not too much. And this will just be kind of a giant water change. That's the way we're looking at this. Get our tops off. We'll clean those while we have them off. Alright, we got a couple of tanks off. And the move continues. Dirty water. And we're beginning to fill up tanks with water again. Got it all leveled up.
That took a little bit of a challenge. Imperfect concrete floors in the basement. Filters, buckets, fishing buckets, gravel. What a time. Now this is only going from one floor to another, bringing these 3 tanks. There's a lot more tanks in the house that are coming down into this room, but I'm telling you, it's quite a challenge. All right, I'll be back. So here is what we got accomplished with the first bunch of tanks moved in. They might be a little different than they were, but essentially the same thing, same stocking, same everything went in. I did scrape the glass a little bit in some of them. I didn't clean the filters at all. We just shut the valves off, moved them, hooked them right back up, turned them right back on. They weren't down 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Moving day. Time to move Hook's tank into the other room. So this room happens to be adjacent to where it's going. So this should be a pretty simple move. We just need to get the water down, we need to remove the fish, the ornaments, and we're just going to put it up on some rolling blocks. And it just goes, this was right where it will be going, against this wall. We're going to be building a different stand in the future, we think, but for now it should work just fine. Okay, so latest update on the progress we're making here in the fish room. Here's the rack that we first moved in. Got all the rest of our painting done. Still gotta do some trim and stuff. Some cabinets in to store some stuff in. And we've now moved this tank into here. You guys will recognize this tank. Probably recognize this fish. Hook and his buddy, the unnamed Oscar. So here's the progress now. We've just got this tank brought down and we're filling it. Here's all of our ornaments and gravel and everything out of it. Fish. Okay. Yet another day of the fish room build renovations. I'm not sure what we're calling this. So in an attempt to try to preserve this information and share it a little bit, more painting going on, even though there's tanks in here now. So we've had to plastic a few things up and fix a few things up. Still haven't created the air system, although we're gathering all the parts we need. Painting all around the room. Going to be changing some lights. Unfinished ceiling, fluorescent tubes, and we're going to change that. And it continues. And this space is for the other tank that mates up to this one. We're going to put them end to end along this wall. So that's what we're hoping to do today, is to move that tank. Let's see how that goes. Now it's this guy's turn. This is the last tank to move out of this room. And I think it's going to be the hardest one to move. For starters, there's a bunch of individual tanks on the bottom. But on the top tank, we've got this guy.
And he's a big boy. So it should be interesting. We don't really know how big he is, to be honest with you. I might try to get a bit of a measurement on him while he's out. But I don't really like when people do that, to be honest with you. That's the equivalent of me holding you underwater and taking a measurement off of you. It's not really natural. It's not very comfortable. They don't have any kind of a spawn going on right now. There's Uncle. There's Mom. And the big guy. So the timing's pretty good for them. They do have a couple of juniors. And these are the dither fish that swim at the top. Alright, let's see how this move goes. Wish us luck. Update time. I wouldn't be so bold as to call it done, but we're getting a lot closer. We've got a lot of work left to do. Some new stands to build, other tanks to set up. Things of that nature. Things to hang up. Like Chris's art here. But it's starting to look the way I want it to. We're getting there. So that chronicles some of the progress we've made so far in our fish room move or fish room build. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and stay tuned. There'll be more. Thanks for watching.